Good morning. I'm Anne, and this is Yoga in Our City, sponsored by Kineticare. And I'd like to welcome all of you that are going to be with me today. And I'll introduce you to a flow series, and it's called 6 Simple Daily Yoga Flow Steps. And I'll walk you through all 6 of them. Now for today's practice, as you noticed, I do have a mat on the ground, but we're going to use a chair today. And I'll allow you or invite you to use a chair of your choice, but make sure it's not too comfortable in the sense that, we don't want to be slouching and we don't want to fall asleep in a nice, easy chair, okay? So this one has a wood base, which I like because my sits bones, I can feel my sits bones, the sensation of my buttocks and the sits bones touching the chair. And it's well worth having a chair that has pretty much a straight back, or that's, it's designed where you have a little bit of a curve in the lower spine, so your spine will sit comfortably in that spot. Now, it's important that these daily flow steps be used every single day because the body must continue to be lubricated. We must move. It's just a natural stance for us as humans, just like we have feet because we were designed to move and to walk, okay? So if you could practice this every day, if you don't have too much time, this, you'll see, will make a large difference in how you feel on a daily basis. So to begin, we'll start with the first step, which will be breath awareness, okay? So allow your feet to be comfortable and flat on the floor. And I invite you to just simply take your mind's eye or see where your body is right now on the chair and in space. Where are you? Do you feel your buttocks and your sits bones firmly on the chair? Are you sitting in a position where the spine is nice and straight and erect? Let's take a look at our neck and head. Are we relaxed and comfortable? No pressure on any part of our neck. Then let's take the shoulders and let's bring the shoulders forward, then up towards the ears and back. Again, opening the chest, because we want the airways, the paths in the lungs and the chest to be able to allow the exchange of the gases, the oxygen and the carbon dioxide. And remember, our lungs are expand and contract with each breath. I'd like to think of the lungs as an accordion. We want them to open as much as they can and then to relax. Now, allow your hands to simply soften somewhere on your thighs, or if it's more comfortable to allow them to sit on the chair or to just hang loosely by the sides. That's awesome. But you may wind up, if you just hang them, you must note whether your shoulders are coming forward or not. So that's what we don't want. We want to keep those shoulders in our chest open. I'm much more comfortable with the palms of my hands on my lap. And next, I invite you, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes. And just simply connect with your breath. Connecting meaning be mindful of each inhalation through the nose and exhalation through the nose. This begins our breath awareness. Let's take 6 more breaths, complete breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. Inhale, notice the chest expanding, and exhale, the chest contracting. You continue with 3 more breaths. When we're finished, I'll let you know. And then you may open your eyes. Now we're going to, again, do our breath awareness, but this time I'm going to ask you to take the palms of your hands and place them on your belly. And you're going to notice that with each inhalation, your belly will expand like there's a red balloon inside your belly. And as you exhale, the belly or the balloon will contract. So begin to simply take the palms of the hands and place them on the belly. And just follow my lead, but don't worry or try to figure out if your belly is going the opposite. So when you're inhaling, if it's contracting instead of expanding, do not worry about it. Just keep with your breath and listen to my voice. And eventually the synchronization of the breath with the belly expanding and the exhalation with the belly contracting will all of a sudden take place or happen, okay? So allow sensation to be your move or your flow, not your mind, okay? So let's begin. Again, I invite you to take the feet, have them comfortably resting on the floor beneath you. Be sure the chest is opened and expanding. You're sitting up straight. You could feel those sits bones if you rock back and forth. And again, you may close your eyes or leave them open and follow my lead. First, begin to visualize that there is a red balloon inside your belly. And as you inhale through the nose, the red balloon is expanding. As you exhale, the red balloon gets smaller. Inhale, red balloon expanding. Exhale, red balloon contracting. Inhale, red balloon expanding. Exhale, red balloon contracting. Inhale, red balloon expanding. Exhale, red balloon expanding. Inhale, red balloon expanding. Exhale, red balloon contracting. In the last one, inhale, red balloon expanding. And exhale, red balloon contracting. Beautiful. Now you may open your eyes and just notice how you feel. And just breathe normally. Now the next flow steps, that are the yoga flow steps, number 2, is called the mountain pose. Now usually we do the mountain pose standing up, but for this practice today, you are going to sit in your chair and sit up straight and soften the back of the knees. Just soften. Relax your feet on the floor. They could be close together or slightly apart or hip width apart. Now stack ears over your shoulders and over your hips. And place your hands on any area of the body to help ground you. For me, the palms, resting comfortably on my thighs with my fingers stretched. So there's a distance between my fingers. So it's like the palms are sitting on the front of my thighs. And they're covering my thighs totally. It's very grounding for me. Next, you're going to inhale and lift the arms up into mountain pose. And breathe, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. Now, if for any reason your arms get tired, you may simply exhale and bring the arms back down to the starting position. And when you're ready, if you are, you can again inhale and bring the arms straight up over the head in mountain pose. Remember, the mountain pose is a sign of strength, of courage, of grounding, and a strong foundation. And now we're going to get ready to come out of the mountain pose. So you're going to stretch the fingers up a little bit farther towards the ceiling. And so mindfully exhale, bringing the arms slowly down to the starting position. Place the hands, palms in that comfortable position, the grounding position, and notice how you feel. Notice your breath. Can you feel your arms? We used the energy to extend our arms overhead, so now, well, I'm very aware of my arms. And we will do that one more time. Inhale, stretch up. Full inhalation. And stretching the arms, bring them closer to the ceiling. And breathe. If you need to come out of the position, just slowly on the exhalation, bring the arms very slow and gently back down to the starting position. Again, feel the arms, feel the hands and the fingers. Notice, be aware only of any sensations. Now the third simple daily yoga flow steps is called the seated warrior. And again, we have done the seated, or we have done the standing warrior many times. So you're going to sit on your chair. You may want to move a little bit closer to the edge of the chair, being again oh so mindful of the sits bones and the spine, and of course opening the chest. So bring the shoulder blades forward up to the ears and back, kissing the shoulder blades together. Now the arms are extended out. And to begin with, we're going to take one leg and put it slightly behind you. And we'll take the opposite foot that's not extended, or leg, and kind of move it towards the right side of your right side. And begin breathing. You may want to bring your fingers together for the seated warrior pose and breathe into the posture. You may want to move or hinge slightly over your right side. Just enough where you are engaged in a slight right movement or on the right side of the body, but not where it's uncomfortable in this area back here, because sometimes this is a very sensitive area, and if it tightens, you can feel a ouch, and we don't want that. No ouches. And breathe. Again, utilizing that same breath, inhaling, belly expanding, and exhaling, contracting. Now, when you're practicing at home, if you want to stay and extend the time into each of these 6 daily yoga flow postures, please feel free, or movements. Now we're going to inhale, and then slowly lower the arms down to the chair. Turn the body forward. Bring the feet back to the floor. And just relax for a moment. Now we're going to repeat on the opposite side. So now we're going to take the left foot. Well, first let's bring the arms out to the side. Left foot kind of turning a little bit towards the left side of the body, and the right foot or the right leg behind. So one leg slightly behind you. And again, looking over the left hand. You may want to focus your attention on one point of the fingers. Slightly bend a little bit towards the left side and breathe into the seated warrior pose. And then slowly, one last breath, inhale. And as you exhale, drop the hands back down to the sides of the body, bringing both feet comfortably on the mat. And since we've done the mountain pose twice, now we will do the same thing with the seated warrior pose. Arms extended out. Turn that right foot slightly towards the right side of the body and extend the left leg behind you. Looking over the right hand. Try to focus on one point, maybe on that middle finger, and breathe. Slightly move forward to the right side, just slightly. And then slowly drop the hands back down to the comfortable position. Bring the body forward, feet flat on the mat. And now we'll move into the opposite side, which is the left side. Arms extended, left foot slightly turned, and the right foot behind you. Slightly move the body down towards the left side. Focus on the middle finger on the left hand and breathe into the seated warrior pose. And then lower the arms back down. Find the comfortable position of the hands on the thighs or wherever. And the feet comfortably on the mat in front of you or the floor. Now, the next yoga flow step is number 3. This is the lateral side stretch. For this, you're just going to simply inhale and stretch over the left side of the body. Fingers just dropping down. And let's do this 3 times each side. And then the opposite up, stretch over the right side. You can feel a beautiful stretch through the side body. And again, kind of like we have airplane wings. Just go side to side. Again, you can go as slowly as you like, or just keep in mind to keep the breath flowing. So we inhale, coming up, and exhale, coming down. And you could do this as many times as you like. Feel the side body opening, and you may want to slightly turn with each movement, just a little bit more extension. Just, again, so you feel a stretch, but no ouches, no uncomfortable ouches. And one more time, the opposite side. Here we go. Up, stretch, and you can even look up to the ceiling, and then slowly come back down. Allow the hands to find that comfortable spot again. Realign the sits bones on the chair. Open up the chest. Now for the next posture, which will be your flow, yoga flow, which will be number 4, we're going to do a supported downward dog. For this one though, we're going to stand up, and if you have your chair readily handy for the downward dog, I'm going to take my chair and just turn it slightly this way. And I'm going to put my hands here on the chair so I have that support, and I'm simply going to come down as far as I can in front of me. Now if I can slide the hands down the legs of the chair, this is great. Some of you may even be able to take the fingertips now and place them on the mat and moving the feet slightly back, getting into that downward facing dog. And you may want to stretch the feet or walk your doggy. And just for variety purposes and to use different parts of the feet, now stretch up on the toes and then back to the heels. Toes and heels. Now to come out of this downward facing dog, you're going to bend the knee slightly and you're going to walk the feet to the hands, grab onto the lower part of the chair and then walk the hands up the chair for the downward facing dog. But you have the support of the chair for your balance. As we get older, we sometimes have a compromisation of our balance and our flexibility. If we do these 6 simple daily yoga flow steps, we'll keep the body basically balanced or improve the balance and also the flexibility of the body. So we can have a healthy, well life right through our golden years, whether that be 80, 90, 100, 110, or 120. Okay? So that's that. That is the supported downward dog. Now for the next one, we're going to take the chair and we're going to put it back the way it was. And we're going to move into the 6 simple daily yoga flow steps, and we're going to do number 5. And number 5 is simply a cat-cow. And this is easy to do sitting in the chair. So you're going to come forward and kind of bring the head down. And then back up. And you're going to move. Try to move the buttocks up and down with the breath for the cat-cow. Now the other way to do this, which may be easier, is to take the hands and place them and hold on to the edge of the chair and then simply roll and curl the spine and then back up, look up to the ceiling. Yeah, it is easier for me. And check yourselves out to hold on to the chair doing the cat-cow. I feel a stronger sensation in this. I feel the movement of the spine with the breath and the movement of the head synchronized with the movement of the spine and the breath. The cat-cow is a wonderful movement to help with the flexibility of the back and the spine and the belly and the shoulders and the breath. And then when you're ready, gently come up very slowly and bring the hands in a comfortable spot on the thighs. And let's just stay here for a moment before we do the final simple daily flow yoga steps, which will be number 6. Now for number 6, we are going to come back up into a standing position. And I'm going to ask you to just hold on to the chair with one hand, or it'll be better to use 2. And we're going to do just a back bend. So we're going to hold on to the chair. We're going to just slightly keep the chin tucked into the chest, shoulder blades kissing, shoulders opening, and come back slightly. And then forward. And again, we're going to inhale, come up, and then slowly down for the back bend. Be mindful of your neck. I like to keep my chin tucked into my chest because my neck is very sensitive behind here. I have quite a bit, I believe, of like arthritis there. And then slowly come back. We'll do one more time for this beautiful back bend. Keep the chin tucked in and back up and come forward and then standing up. And then you could do whatever you'd like with the chair, but I'm going to turn it again. And we'll close. Just in a simple review, this is 6 simple daily yoga flow steps. And again, I recommend to do these every single day to keep the body flexible, improve flexibility, and also to improve balance. And you have the support of the chair, especially if you need it. So the first one was our breath awareness. Very important that we, during the day, whatever's happening, let's say our mind is monkey mind again, or we're feeling some anxiety, connect with the breath. That's your source. That's the power source. That breath is so vital to our existence. And through the breath, we can control many times our emotions and our feelings. So if we're anxious and we connect with the breath and we slow the breathing down, it just takes over. We begin the process of healing, less anxiety. The second one was the mountain pose. And we usually do that standing up, but for this, we do it simply sitting down. Number 3 was the seated warrior. And that's the one. We usually do it standing up, but for this series, for the 6 flows, we do a seated warrior pose. Then the next one is the lateral side stretch. And you could stay sitting down for that. And then the supported downward dog was number 4. Then number 5 is that cat-cow. You can do it as many times as you feel comfortable doing it. And some days it will vary. Some days you may want to do 3 times. Other days you may want to do 10. Totally up to you. Let your body guide you. And the final one was the back bend. And I do recommend, especially if your balance could be a little bit compromised because of age or for whatever reason, hold on and use the support of your chair. So I want to thank all of you for joining me this morning on the 6 simple daily yoga flow steps. Enjoy your day, and thank you for joining me in our Yoga in Our City virtual studio. Bye-bye.